Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to read on...
We're going to read about the Maga congressman. If Trump gets convicted in the New York hush money case, what are the Maga congressmen going to do to try and get that out of the headlines and get something more important in the headlines?
Yeah, so, and we've seen this in the past, right? When there's some bad news in the news cycle, the MAGA faction, the Freedom Caucus, they will try and put out some competing story. Now, picture, if you will, this if there's like a conviction, it comes out on a Thursday night, Friday afternoon type of thing. It's going to stay in the media cycle all weekend long. So you have to do something
spectacular to knock it out of there.
Exactly. You got to knock it off so that it's got something competing. I was talking about this with Gary before we started the video. There's one thing that comes to mind that they could do that would compete for headlines.
Yes.
And that's a bake sale.
Yes.
Come to Marjorie Taylor Greene's house for a bake
cookies,
sale.
Yes.
It's going to be that, or they could try to impeach Biden.
Yeah.
That would be it. They could try to kick Mike Johnson out of the speakership role.
Try and impeach Merrick Garland.
Well, you have to have an impeachment inquiry. So they've already got the inquiry going with Biden. So that's... They have to do something spectacular.
Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene's got some additional junk pictures from Hunter Biden that haven't been published yet.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She's not sharing those with you. Oh, that's her crush.
She needs to get Trump out of the negative headlines of Trump out of the paper. So
maybe she'll attack
Crockett.
Yes, much to her chagrin. Anyways,
let's see what they got planned.
Yeah, let's see what the cards have to say. Freedom Caucus, assuming that a guilty verdict comes across Trump in the New York criminal trial for election interference, what is the energy around the extremists in the Republican Party, the Putin faction? Two of Wands.
Looking down the road, what are our future prospects?
They've got... First thing they're going to do, if they have no plan already, I'm sure they've got a plan in place. They might be discussing it. I assure you they will be out on the weekend news programs denouncing the results.
Oh, of course. Witch hunt. And corrupt Biden.
And certainly we've seen the procession of red tie wearing sycophants out there during the last week of the trial to show their support for Trump.
The dear leader, yes.
So to me, this is they have a plan in place. That was one of the parts of the plan. So they know it's coming. It's going to be implemented this week. That this case is going to the jury this week. They will be they might be holding press conferences or rallies or stuff like that outside the courtroom, denouncing the whole thing. But when and that's going to be part of the plan. But if he's convicted, they will have something in store.
Heartbreak.
Cross with the heartbreak betrayal. They will attack the judicial system. And in a previous reading that I did with Gary, I was saying, if we lose the justice in this country, we're done. This is supposed to be a country of laws and law and order, and if the the court system gets corrupted, now again, that works real great if you're a white male. You talk to a black guy about the justice system, he's going to have a completely different opinion.
Yeah.
Or any minority that's been marginalized by society. But the goal is for the justice system to be fair, regardless of your...
Impartial and fair based on evidence.
Based on evidence. Not your ethnicity, not your wealth, not your power, not your gender, not anything. But they're going to go out there. They're going to be disappointed with the result, and what their actions will be a betrayal to their office and to this country because of their fealty to Donald Trump.
Yeah, they've chained themselves to that man, haven't they?
Yes, they have. And everything they do is in service of Donald Trump. The guys with the red ties showing up, talking about the judge's daughter violating the gag order, all this stuff. This has all been part of the process. In the past, you got the Eight of Swords. They're beholden to him. They've tied their fates to this man. And if he goes to prison, guess who's going to prison next? Yeah. And there's been a lot of speculation with that. Think of the January 6th insurrection trial with Jack Smith. It's been fast-tracked to only go after Donald Trump, and with the goal of trying to get to it before the election happened. The Supreme Court, we're still waiting on the Supreme Court to give their judgment.
Yep.
To see if we can hear that
presidential
case.
Immunity.
Yeah.
Biden SEAL Team 6, stand by.
And, it could very well be that if, something happens to Trump and they can't pursue it, guess who's next? There's going to be another wave, and it's going to be congressional people that were involved in the insurrection. Mm-hmm. So they've tied their fates to Donald Trump, both voluntarily and in every spirit and essence of this. If Trump goes down with this New York trial, it's going to really hamper his presidential run.
MAGA's got to show strength.
Yep. Current situation is the strength card. They have to show strength. They have to show mastery. This is going to be a bitter pill for Donald Trump to swallow. This is going to be a bitter pill for MAGA to swallow. So they have to be there. To me, this is controlling the narrative. They've got to do something to control the narrative to take away from the fact that this thing's getting the medicine that it deserves.
Yeah.
Overarching energy is the Page of Cups. Here we go. This is the lies, the deception, the QAnon, the cult, the drinking the Kool-Aid, the stinky fish
cup
cards.
Of crazy there.
Yeah, they have to come up with some craziness. No, they talked about the FBI with the shoot to kill orders for executing a search warrant. They have to come up with something crazy to distract people from the news that they don't want them to hear or see. Jeez. The lesson to be learned is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is a card of, finding use for things.
It's kind of a nurturing card, isn't it?
It is a very nurturing card. I always think of it as a grandmother with a grandbaby on its lap. And so, again, with MAGA and with these extremist congressional people, they have to do something that's not practical. Because the practical thing would be to say, the justice system worked. He was found guilty by a jury of his peers.
Yeah.
There was evidence.
Could you imagine what the jury would look like if they were Trump's peers?
No, I don't know who his peers would look like.
Jeffrey Epstein.
But that's not. They're not practical like that. So they have to find something impractical.
Well, the Pentacles also health and wealth too, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're trying to preserve or nurture money or health on this?
No, because it's again, we're asking what's the energy around these Congress people, and there's no.
Could be nursing their careers. That would create their wealth, right?
Yeah. Well, there is that. That's the lesson to be learned. Is I guess if you want to look at it again, the lesson to be learned. They tied themselves to the devil. Their careers are right there. If Trump's stock goes down, so does their stock.
Yep.
Which is why
we are talking about MAGA, and those are his fervent supporters.
The outcome now is asking what they're going to do, but really what this, they're going to try and do stuff here. They've been planning it. They're going to feel like Donald Trump's been betrayed, or they've been betrayed by this. They've tied themselves to him. They have to show strength. They're members of a cult. They've tied themselves to it. But, what did you expect? It's just a very cut and dry card as far as that goes. So, what are they going to do? To them, the choice is obvious. I don't know what the choice is, but the choice for them, they have to make a decision. Do you support are you the party of law and order or not?
Yeah, that's really it. And it's if you've watched our earlier reading, we had come to the conclusion that the Spirit was saying that trust in the jury. The jury is fair. That the verdict will be in support of the evidence that was presented.
Yeah,
and MAGA's not been really good about rational actions and reactions. It's all about emotions. I can't imagine that they're going to say that, oh, well, it was a fair jury and he lost and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But this could cause... Now, I'm going to hold my breath on this one. Try not to laugh. This could cause a split in the Republican Party because maybe there's going to be some Republicans who say, well,
it's been real.
It's been real. It's been fun. He was convicted by a jury of his peers. Yeah. I support the jury in Law and Order.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time believing that because nobody, at least in the House of Representatives, has shown me that they have an ounce of spine. And the Senate's not much better.
This could be the thing that finally frees them from that. Because, you got the devil card. You're chained to them, but that doesn't mean you can't take the chains off. You just have to be willing to do it.
Yeah, the political calculus changes. If he's convicted, the political calculus changes because some might say, he's not a viable candidate anymore. I don't have to be worried about him because he can't be elected.
Yep.
He may not get the nomination. This is what Nikki Haley's waiting for.
Yeah,
she's sharpening her knives waiting for this.
Yeah, she's going to vote for Donald Trump, but I think that's more of and we read on this too, more of a ploy for future MAGA votes.
Yeah.
That
I supported him.
If Donald Trump somehow doesn't become the Republican candidate for this election, or 4 years from now, if she's going to run, she wants to have that MAGA base supporting her because she stood by their man, as it were.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to read, will they try and impeach Joe Biden? Will this put the Jim Comers and Jim Jordans of the world to force through that vote to impeach Biden to sort of distract? Sun card would be a yes, but whatever plan they have is going to be revealed. Crossed with the Lover's card. Not two major arcana. This is about their agreements and such. Followed by the Four of Wands card. Good Lord. Biden should be thrown in jail. It's time to kick Biden out. It's time to bring something new here. It wouldn't surprise me if they try and impeach Trump or try and impeach Joe Biden in order to distract from the news cycle here. Would not surprise me. This could also just be the verdict is out. It's about the relationships, and it's about the incoming incarceration that's going to happen here. Let's see. You got the High Priestess, more major arcana. I'm just going to throw the cards out here to see what we've got. That's a strong emotional reaction. The World card. It's not telling me that about impeaching Biden.
This is almost like it feels like your Republican Party mourning the loss, as it were. Is that if he's found guilty, this is it?
Yeah. Again, a split in the party. Yeah. There's going to be mayhem in the Republican Party. Truth is out about the relationships, and I think the breaking up of relationships. The High Priestess. The Republican Party's been able to hold together because they always kept things in-house. They kept their secrets in-house. And if Trump's been convicted, again, the political calculus changes. And maybe half support him, a little more than half are disappointed. Some, have like 40% are still in favor of Trump. 60% may say, his time has come and gone. We need to look for new leadership. I understand you're passionate about it, but his time has come to an end. It's time to select a new leader.
Yep.
So what is that saying is that Spirit's like, yeah, I know you want to get to this Joe Biden's being impeached thing, but I'm telling you that there's something bigger afoot that you need to be asking, and a bunch of major arcana in this too, is that how does this impact the Republican Party? And people have long been predicting the demise of the Republican Party, and this could very well be that dividing moment. So now I want to go to the committee, the RNC, not the RNC. What are they going to call it when they elect Trump? What do they call that process? They're going to meet in July, August to pick the presidential candidate. Yeah. So when the Republicans go to the convention, describe the energy around the convention.
Again, that's a good point.
Yeah. Nikki Haley, I'm telling you, she threw her hat saying she's supporting Trump, but I think that's just a political ploy to appease his base, such that if he cannot be the president of the United States, she could be, or if he does get selected, that she could be the VP.
I think she's kind of already declined the VPs. He's test driving a whole bunch of other people.
You know what? You want to be president of the United States and you can't get elected?
She may change her. Yeah, if he comes out with a guilty verdict, maybe she's going to be a lot more interested in the VP position.
Exactly.
if he still gets the nomination.
Why do you think like 24 red tie Republicans showed up there? They know if he wins the election, he's not going to actually, be the president very long. So they all want to be the president the easy way. Okay, Republican National Convention. What's the energy around this? Chaos and confusion. If Trump, again, like between these guilty verdicts, assuming, now I'm making a big assumption here that he's made guilty, or if he has a health event and he keeps the severity quiet, there's going to be a lot of confusion at this convention here. And they need to make choices.
Stern choices.
Stern choices. Yeah, it's like you have to make choices when you don't know the facts. Here's the Nine of Cups in the past. Trump, once upon a time, he controlled everything in the Republican Party. He had everything lined up. But now it's not so cut and dry anymore. Yeah. People are not lined up behind him. There's going to be backroom negotiations going on. There's mysteries about health. Yeah. Mysteries about money. How are we going to do this? How are we going to bring this forward? There could be 3 candidates that need to be considered. We pledged to support the candidate who wins this, but who's our best choice to win this? Nine of Cups, deals being made, loyalties being held, new deals being cut. Queen of Swords, and just a harsh practicality to go with that King of Swords, and again about agreements, contracts.
So far this card has come up. We do all our readings one day and then we release them, and this card has come up on almost all the readings. Either A, because he doesn't shuffle very well, or B, because it keeps coming back. This card has come up on every single reading that we've done with the trial. Where it's been kind of talking about Trump's deals with Stormy Daniels, with the fact that he's had this history making these backroom deals with women to hush him up, and I think what that's saying is that that's going to play into this.
We all pledged, but no, we pledged together. We were going to work this out together. Whoever our nominee was our nominee. They have to come up with an agreement. They have to come up with an agreement as to who it's going to be.
Yeah, they don't have a choice because they got to get them on a ballot, right?
Right.
Otherwise, Ohio's going to drop them off.
Right. I think
the Ohio voters won't have anyone to vote for president because they won't have any candidates on the ballot.
I think they still put Trump in there, and here's why. He's got the most electorates, and we said we were going to put the guy who had the most electorates in. There's confusion. There's doubt. But he's been convicted of crimes. Maybe he has health issues. They're not about it. But the Republicans follow the rules. They like things very black and white. They follow the rules as they come. Before they've had their way with things. Trump has been their de facto emotional leader on things. When they come to this convention, There's a lot of confusion. There's going to be multiple factions going on. If Trump's got a health issue, it's being kept quiet. He's in cognitive decline. They might be discussing that or paths forward or things along those lines. A lot of it may depend on who wants to be his VP, because part of it is that they need to have somebody who's a strong VP with him, because if Trump can't make it, they need to have their desired leader.
Yeah, their backup plan.
Trump is not their desired leader, but here's where you get these factions in here. Is Trump going to take a MAGA person, or is he going to take a non-MAGA person as his VP? And there's going to be some compromises going on, but at the end of the day, the Republicans, they follow the rules. They follow everything they set up. He's got the most votes. He's going to be our candidate.
Yeah.
Or if he's drooling in a cup, we can't put him in there. So literally, it's how well can you hide his cognitive decline so that he gets
the nomination.
He gets his nomination. This is going to be a difficult convention for the Republicans, because they know something's up. They can see it. They deny it. They can see it. But how are they going to navigate it? Because they will have a hard time winning a general election without Trump, but they're going to have a hard time winning with him.
Yep.
Again, Nikki Haley thinks that she could beat Biden in a one-on-one. Maybe she could. Maybe she couldn't. Not a lot of Republicans are really excited by Nikki Haley. They don't look at her and go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to walk through a blizzard to vote for Nikki Haley." That she doesn't give that type of passion. They would do that for Trump. So MAGA folks only care about Trump. If Trump's not on the ballot,
yeah, they're not as motivated.
It doesn't matter if Trump says vote for Nikki Haley. They don't care.
Yeah, it's not Trump.
It's not Trump. They'd write him in. They can spell Trump. Yeah. What was this reading about again?
This was going to be.
What did we start off with?
This was going to be how is MAGA going to react or knock the headline out if Trump is convicted. And then we're going to talk. And then the second reading was about Republican convention. Will they actually?
I get so into the cards. I lose track of the questions. I don't even remember what we said in the first part of this reading.
Yeah,
I can tell you what kind of we just talked about now.
So to sum up,
that's right. They were going to try. How are they going to muddy the waters? What are they going to do to steal the news cycle?
So to summarize, are they going to muddy the waters? And
I thought they would, but it wasn't answering that. It's like it's not relevant. That's what Spirit's telling me with these cards. Yeah, they might. They probably will. I mean, it fits the pattern, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it sounds like this is for the moderate Republicans. If he's convicted, this is kind of their get out of jail free card where, okay, I could take the chains off of the devil because he's now convicted and I am no longer beholden to any previous agreements. Previous agreements were based on the fact that he was not a criminal. And then with the Republican National Convention, you saw a lot of the cards were around following the rules, which could also be interpreted Trump didn't follow the rules. He broke the rules. He's a convicted criminal. And as such, I don't necessarily need to support him as the Republican candidate. It's definitely going to be a confusing time, and there's going to be a lot of negotiations and collaborations and backroom deals at the Republican National Convention if Trump is found guilty.
To be really honest, I don't think they have any good choices. They've got bad choices and worse choices. That's kind of the vibe I get from this.
Yeah. Well, and it stems from the fact that they've given MAGA so much power and influence over the Republican convention because it's his daughter-in-law is running it's got the purse strings, right?
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be a real mess. It sort of reinforces the fact that it looks like he's gonna be found guilty criminally, and that's gonna create a real situation for Laura Trump because she's the head of the RNC at this point, right?
One of the co-chairs, and They want to take all the money to help Trump get reelected.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And there's
no money for down ballot candidates. That's a problem.
And there's going to be some real issues if he's found guilty. So
exactly, if he's found guilty, Trump's going to fundraise for his legal funds, which means that money is not going to the political campaigns.
Yep.
We'll read on this more as things break. It's going to be a tumultuous summer, especially for the GOP, as they've never had to negotiate anything remotely close to this. But here's what happens. Again, double card. They've chained themselves to Donald Trump. They've tied their fate to him. And the turmoil he's going through is going to be the turmoil they go through as they go through this. Anything else?
Yeah, so just so you know, we record all these videos all at once. And
this is Saturday. What day? Saturday the 25th.
May 25th.
So, which is why we're still wearing the same shirts all week.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is, so we kind of have to take this. We don't always have the latest and greatest information by the time this video comes out. Right. So like with Alito, they had come up with a second flag by the time our video came out. When we did the video, there was only one flag. So if what I was going to give a plug was to Tarot by the Bay is that...
Wait, let me get the pimp hat for you.
Yes. If
what did you give me? You think I look good in a pimp hat?
Oh, God. Yes. Ladies. So we're doing this stuff kind of like a week in advance, but if something's late breaking, go to David's station, Tarot by the Bay. You can see cute little kitty cats in it. Yes. But he is throwing a couple of videos a day on Tarot by the Bay. So if something's late breaking, go check out his channel, because chances are he's throwing cards on it and you can get some answers quick instead of having to wait an extra week for Dave and I to get together and throw some snark at it.
Yeah. And again, this is going to be a dynamic change. By the time this video comes out, they might have already...
He might have been innocent already. Who knows? We don't know.
Marjorie Taylor Greene might be insisting on Mike Johnson leaving, or the Republicans may try to impeach Biden, or Lord knows what'll happen. But it'll happen.
Something's coming.
Okay, so I think we're done here.
Yes,
I've given you a little bit of a cat fixer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, hello. Go say hello to everybody. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm, so that I can afford cat food for this.
Yes, exactly. This little girl needs lots of cat food.
Yeah, she doesn't sit still either, as you've noticed.
Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.